And thank you for tuning in today for Purposely Praying Life. We're talking about ministries on the spectrum. And I have my beautiful sister here, Chanel Mathews, and I just really adore her so much. She's really close to my heart, and she has a very special testimony regarding mental health and what mental health, what we're talking about today is mental health in the church and how to meet people where they are. And unfortunately, she won't be able to attend and visit with us live on the 27th, but she really wanted to, I wanted to make sure that her side and her perception was kind of taken into view as well. And Camille, I want you to tell me a little bit to your comfort level about your church and just or our church and how you feel connected there through the process and just well, I'm sorry. First, let's take a step back. Let's start with just your testimony as far as what you've gone through to your comfort level.
Okay. Um, Hello, everyone. Sorry I couldn't be there with you all, but I did want to share my testimony. And also just thank you, Juanita, for just asking me to participate in this. I know it's hard for some of us to come out and just speak on, some of the things that we go through in life. But I wanted to do this because I just feel that it's my time. Just doing this pandemic and just sitting at home, just watching the news, just seeing what's going on. Mental illness has, increased a lot. And I know what some people are going through. I can't, determine your level of what mental illness some others are suffering from, but I can talk on my behalf because I know it's some that does have, what I go through. So just want to be a help to just not only church folks, but to the community, to our children, to those who think they don't have anyone to talk to or to think that they're by themselves. So I just welcome this opportunity to really just open up, let you all know what I've been through, how I have overcome, not completely, but still working on overcoming. It's a lot, but one thing that I do know, you have to have God in your life.
Mhm.
You can't overcome anything without God. I know we always think it's self that has done everything, but it's not. Um, and I had to learn that because we all, um, feed off the flesh, things that we see that we think is right, but also knowing what's right, but we always choose to go with what, we want to do at times, and it's not always like that. But my testimony is, I deal with depression. Um, I've been dealing with this for about 5 years now, I say. But it was something that I probably was going through before those 5 years, before I really, felt the effects of it, like noticing, a change in yourself. Even sometimes people comment, like, what's going on with you? And just dealing with certain things in our lives that put us, in this dark space. And it just took control over my mind. It had me being like insecure, feeling everybody, was either talking about me or I wasn't good enough. So it just took a lot. So I know as we get further, into some questions I know Juanita wants to ask me, I can, further, discuss some of those things, some of which is, one of our church being supportive regarding it, and just some other things, and probably at the end of the conversation, just some recommendations that I think will help you, that helped me. So thank you.
And the one thing I love is the fact that you said that you're thinking about are you enough all the time, and you're going into that am I enough stage. And I think as women sometimes we really get into that pinpoint of wondering are we enough. And then if you have something going on, as I have, and as you just mentioned that you have as well, to be strong enough, because we're so strong that we don't know how to lean in on your fellow sister or lean in on somebody in the community that can actually help. So I love how you said that you 5 years, but it could have been longer. But
Mhm.
were strong enough to say, you know what, it's time for me to get help. What was that point for you to say, okay, I need to get some help right now? Again, to your comfort level that made you say,
Mhm.
hey, let's go ahead and get help today.
First, not wanting to do anything. I always wanted to just be in, and that's not me. I'm all if you can ask friends, family. Chanel is always on the go, but I wanted to just be in. I think too, I wasn't happy. I was coming out of a bad relationship. Um, situations and being like a single parent. Just facing, certain life struggles, certain situations, including my job itself. So just knowing like all those changes, even with my memory, I was forgetting things, I was being careless with things. I was shutting people off that I'm usually talking to. And I just was like, you know what, something's going on. So I scheduled me a doctor's appointment and I said, I think something is going on. I think I'm dealing with some depression. You know how we get on Google and get to searching. I'm losing my memory or I don't want to feel, we Google stuff and sometimes we'll stir ourselves thinking, oh man, today is my last day on earth. But anyway, I knew things, I was just becoming real irritant too, like with my son, and it's like it's not him. It's me, and I didn't want to run anybody away that I knew truly loved me. Um, and wanted the help that I wanted for myself. So that's when I reached out to my doctor. He referred me, took the necessary steps for me to start, helping myself, especially in my mind, because the devil, like I said, really started attacking when he knew that was my weakness at that point. Um, I really wasn't back then reading the word like I should be. And so it was really like an attack because I didn't know what to do, which way to go. Because doctors sometimes think it's all about medicine. And
Yeah.
it's not, I'm not a big medicine person, and so that's when I from my doctor I was referred to a psychiatrist, and then from my psychiatrist I was referred to a therapist, which has been most of the help. We know psychiatrists are the ones that are going to prescribe your meds, but you do need somebody outside of that family and friend line that really doesn't know you, so you're able to really express yourself without any hard feeling until you're able to release some of the information to your family, because you don't know how people are going to really interpret um, you dealing now with a mental illness, because some people think a mental illness is just out of craziness, and it's not. So that's how um, I got started, in wanting to help myself.
And I like how you said, you know, the first step was to go to your doctor. You said, you said, I have something going on. How do I approach this? How do I get through these stages here? And like you said, what a good doctor can give you those good referrals and different things. And hopefully by the end, I think I have a person who does some work in mental health. Hopefully I'll have that person kind of wrap up some other resources as well. But as far as I'm just amazed by just the strong of this, because I hear, you see strong women and you see all these different people, defined as what strong women, you think about years ago when we used to watch Good Times, you think about being strong. She was strong, but Florida could have been stronger if she had reached out to community and reached out to people that could have helped things that are going on in their household.
Mm-hmm.
About that. I think about a strong woman is not just someone who carries all the load, but it's someone who can be smart enough, who's intelligent enough, who's wise enough that can give some of that back into the community. Because if we always are helping the community, when we need help, we should be able to receive help. And that doesn't go just with money and monetary things, but it's definitely with mental health and different things that, with a disability or a different ability that you might need. But I don't want to go into different things. I can talk about this for a while. I love the aspect of mental health and receiving the resources for mental health and having the help that we need in the Black community, especially the Black community. But I want to know, as far as just in the church, what what do you love about? Sorry, I'm going to step ahead. what, as far as the church, in the past, so I do want to have you talk about as far as past churches experience and how you may, had these things are going on maybe a little different. How has past churches, how have you had that feeling in the past?
So I really can't speak on past churches because when I realized I had um, the depression, I was already a new member at the church that I attend now. So I can't speak on, any other churches, but I can speak on, the church that I attend now. Um, my church is very supportive. New Salem is very supportive. Pastor and First Lady, they are always involved with the church. They're members inside and outside of church. Um, Also just with the members of New Salem, like everybody is welcoming. Our church slogan is love lives here. So it truly makes you feel that way. And one part of, like I previously discussed of my depression was um, wanting to just be by myself. But then on the other end, feeling lonely. But New Salem has never made me feel, that way. Even if I'm not there, somebody is reaching out, or if I'm participating in a some part of the church group or something, somebody is reaching out, just, hey, even you, Juanita, hey, sis, how you doing today? I can't say I'm good at, reaching out to others, but I try my best. And that's what, one thing I like about New Salem, from his pastor to first lady to his members, no one has ever like turned me away or say I don't have time, let me catch you later. If they have to say, let me call you back, I get a call back, even if it's gonna be another day, I still get some type of correspondence to say, oh my God, let me reach out to you tomorrow, such and such and such. But it just being part of that church, it really has helped my comfort zone, even participating in some of the activities that the church offers has really helped me. And just everyone inside the church, including you, Juanita, is always making sure you're encouraging in some type of word, just, hey, I need you to read scripture, such and such, it makes me want, it feeds me to open that Bible up, read, and then just to see that they also went through this, it's not just me. So just being in a true church family that what opens their arms up to everybody. And you can even speak on this, Juanita, not even on the mental illness part, just with a lot of things. So that's one thing I say has like tremendously helped, because sometimes, with depression, you feel that no one cares, or they're looking at your mental and as a like you're not able to participate in like some type of service within the church.
Right, and that's one thing I do love about, New Salem. New Salem never excludes anybody based off anything. From the very first moment of me arriving there, I felt nothing but included and just overwhelmingly love. I mean, it was almost overwhelmingly love there, and I love that point because now I feel like they meet me where I am. But I do, and I don't want anybody thinking, oh, they talking about this perfect church. No, we're not perfect. We have issues like any other family. But we are a good church family. We are a good start of things. We are, that we are the uniform point of the church that makes you want to go to church. I have been a part of a church that does not have that insightful view of things, and that they will kind of shut you down and move you away, or look at you as if you're an outcast or a leper because you may be diagnosed, or because your child has, be on a spectrum or be different, or you're different. I'm a very different person, different thinking, different aspect, very different, diagnosis different. But at the same time, I don't want anybody excluding me or my son or anybody around me due to any type of illness or mental illness or diagnosis. So, and that's one reason that I do work so hard on trying to include everyone and making sure that those things are there. Because again, I'm different. I have diagnosis as well. And I don't want to ever make anyone feel that way, but being a part of New Salem and this church family is something different. And these conversations are never to run down the church, but they are to make people think about their church differently and what they can do to include more and to see those differences a little bit better. And as far as New Salem, even though I think we are at the cream of the crop of top churches, is there anything that you would like to see New Salem add? I know for me, I was actually speaking with someone in our ministry department as well, and just thinking about maybe us adding a component for those with disabilities altogether. But can you think of anything in our church specifically that you would like to see added to include or be more inclusive to those with disabilities or those with mental health disorders?
So I know a couple of years ago we did church first lady, I mean, did a play, and it was the battlefields of the minds, I think it was. And everybody played a part of a mental illness. So that was like, I really like that because that brought awareness to mental illness. And I think we did that on Mental Illness Month. Um, Also, I agree with what you stated with something for disabilities for adults also, but as well as for our children. I know since this pandemic, everything is a little bit out of order right now, but just getting those that have, certain issues, hopefully will open up and, just participate. So we are able to help, the areas that our church surrounds, the neighborhoods, our area, surround, because it's a lot of people that really needs help that feel that they don't have the resources or don't know about the resources. So just being able to, um, work with those inside the church and even outside and just help help one another.
Right. And I love how you said just building that community, taking our love lives here language and bringing it out to the community and making sure that the community is involved and making everyone feel like we're inclusive and just because right now the biggest thing to say like, oh, we're inclusive in the workplace, but you just can't be inclusive in your workplace. You have to be inclusive to everyone in your church as well. That's the church that start all this. Church should give you the grace that you need to move past all those things as well. So, but no, I think this has been a very eye-opening conversation just with us talking. So I can't wait for the other ladies to bring their points of view as well. But I don't want to leave you out of it. Is there anything else that you kind of want to cover with this as well? If let me know.
Just some of my recommendations that has helped me. Just making sure you're in the word, learn that Bible. God is here to help you through. Attending a church and just building that relationship with your pastor, your first lady, your church members, and attending, not just belonging to a church and you ain't stepped foot in the church. So, and just staying connected to positive family and friends. I know we all go through something, but it is really harder on you because you take on other people's problems, and that's anybody, but we suffer a little bit harder because we're already, dealing with, our situation. But just staying connected to that positive people. A therapist, someone that you can talk with, that can also, give you those connections and those resources and those what did we call those coping skills that are help you get through, and also one of your recommendations and first lady recommendations, the book Battlefield of the Mind, by Joyce Meyer. So and here is mine. And yes.
Now let's sing together.
So yes, so yes, and just like I was saying, we have at our church sister circle every first Saturday of the month where women get together, all ages, empower one another. We're able to, share if we're having any issue. It's not always about bad news, it's about good news too. And
Yeah.
just to know that you are not alone in your situation, and just hearing the advice. And then as speakers that we have some talented women out here, very educated, professional, hey, that we like still need to get together, and work on, just not the mental illness. It's a lot of other things too. But I do, at the end of this, just want to say thank you, Juanita. Just bringing this awareness, just speaking to other women that can be going through this or whatever mental illness, even the professionals that are helping individuals with mental illness. So just thank you, and thank you all.
Well, thank you, sis. I'm just honored to have you speak about this. This is not an easy subject for Black women to. It's not easy for me as a Black woman to say anything that's wrong with me.
Right.
I'm supposed to be perfect. I'm an AKA. We're supposed to have any problems. We're supposed to be great every day. That's not always true. When you take off the real mask and you know the real you, you have to be, you can still have those things and have the titles, mom, aka church, this and this ministry. They can still be a part of you, but everything does not have to be your label. And your label, like you said, your thing that's known who you are as a child of God. That's the only judge. No one else is here to judge you. The church is not here to judge you. The church is here, it should be here always to accept you and love you as Jesus Christ did say. That's how we should be. But I'm just, again, honored that you were able to take the time. And I'm looking forward to the other ladies seeing this. And I'm looking forward to what the other ladies are going to say as well. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you.